Pick.
Anti-mage.
Thank you very much, Dakota, and indeed myself and Fog getting ready for this first series here at the DreamHack Atlanta LAN. And we're expecting a lot of excitement, and we're going to get looking at these drafts, Fog. We've got some crazy stuff coming out, as well as some classics. You know, Resolution AM coming in as a final pick. The panel all went against Odd, but you looked at me, you looked at that AM, and you said Odd's got a chance.
Yeah, I've seen this Resolution Anti-Mage in previous tournaments, especially as a last pick. You know, it makes a big difference. When you see the Anti-Mage like 3rd, 4th grabbed, you're like, okay, you know, you can have things to kind of deal with it, but it's grabbed up as a last pick versus not only Abaddon. Well, they thought probably versus Abaddon in the laning phase, but it up. But there's only one disable, one hard lockdown on Secret, and that is the Earthshaker lockdown. Yeah. Sure, they have familiar stuns and Clockwork Hook, which can help a bit, but the viable one is the Earthshaker.
Well, I guess that is the thing. That familiar stuns can be really good. If you resummon, it's a 9-second lockdown. You have 9 seconds of stun with the 6th drop.
Oh, well, yeah, if you get your Aghanims, yeah.
Yes, if you get the Aghanims. So we're talking late game. But yeah, you're right. He's got to get to there, and there's going to be this point mid-game where Resolution, he could be a right little bugger for the side of Secret.
At the same time, though, I did like the point that the panel made. Like, they were saying how Secret's draft cap said they can punish the anti-mage a lot. That is true. You know, they can actually get to that lead. They can be able to, they can pressure towers easier because it's the Terrorblade who's going to be pushing him. So he has an earlier timing window. Then you look at Planet Odds, it's Shadow Shaman is their actual tower sieger in this game. Wind Ranger at one point can, but you know you need like Shadow Shaman 6 in order to start sieging those towers down.
And these lanes as well. Let's talk about the mid lane, for example. We've got mid 1, 10k, playing the Terrorblade.
Mid 1.ti1 Dendi.
Look at that. He's a bit of an ode to Dendi. We saw his tweets. He's a huge fan, and he'll be looking to do Dendi proud in the mid lane. He's already going to have a bit of help here with YapzOr coming in with the wraparound. Has got the win run. So will be able to get himself away. But in this matchup in the middle, I guess mid 1 needs YapzOr here, because at the same time, once Weehaw gets a few levels, Power Shot's going to be pretty annoying for the Terrorblade, isn't it? It's a pretty good nuke.
It's a high nuke, and Terrorblade is one of the lowest starting strength heroes in the game, and one of the lowest strength gaining heroes in the game, too. So yeah, I think this is exactly what YapzOr needs to do. Yeah. The first meta helps a lot, of course, Terrorblade, but yeah, you don't want to just be starting 1v1 in that matchup.
Look at this, something we don't see every day. Support's going head-to-head, being the Doom and a Visage coming in to try and trade a few hits, but Puppey putting him off there with the slow.
I thought we'd get the role changes, dude.
Did we? No, Planet Odd have stuck to their roles. Yeah. Probably I would say the biggest sort of surprise is mid 1 taking the Terrorblade mid, rather than MP himself playing it in the safe lane. And of course,
so
safe lane, Misery just getting himself away. MP may find him. He's got the Aphotic Shield on him. He's going to come hunting down low. Misery does have a TP. Looking to get as deep as he can. Gonna hold his position for the moment. Best to regen back up. Has just got the level 1, so no Scorched Earth yet for him. Opting to stick around and not TP straight out. Now, in fact, he's gonna go for a bit of harassment here. Gets the tornado out. A lot of pulls here on Misery. MP's gonna come hunting for him. I think MP realizes the Misery's still gonna be rather low. We'll look to chase him down. Top lane. Be a quick TP out there from KheZu, who was gone upon. Misery, the looks of it, is going to be able to get himself back to safety. So nice bit of harassment, keeping MP on his toes, and gets himself out of it.
I can just picture Misery's face when he does that. He's like, I'm just gonna tornado this guy. Like, whatever.
The lanes at the moment, obviously that start that Mid one was granted by the presence of YapzOr, keeping him ahead 14 for 4 against the 6 for 0 of Weeheart.
Yep.
Yeah, that dual lane and, as you said, the potential that the Metamorphosis has, really giving him that start.
They're definitely like trying something out though, it seems, for Secret. Of course, it's a weird looking kind of draft like the panel was talking about. There's like 3 or 4 kind of offlaners that you could see happening. They end up switching their lanes a lot. And we click on Terrorblade right away and we see he has a Mask of Madness queued up.
Oh my goodness, Mask of Madness Terrorblade.
I mean, I'm not sure if he's going to do it right away, but I mean, looks like he's committed for it.
I like it. I mean, with the Metamorphosis having that extra attack speed, you've got to run.
Yeah, I mean, good work. It's pretty, seems kind of cool.
And obviously one of those items as well, it's going to be great for farming. You know, you hit the jungle.
You're already absurdly high armor hero. You're not really dealing versus incredible physical damage coming out from Planet Odd. It's literally just anti-mage going to be right-clicking you later on and Wind Ranger at one point, but mostly it's magical damage nuke coming up. So I guess in his mind, he's like, it's just -5 armor. I already have like 12 or 14 when I'm going to have it.
Putting some pressure on the mid lane as well. Mid one. Bottom again, Moon. Trying to interrupt with the pull. What he can out of this. Puppey. Start trading harassment back with the Grave Chill, slowing him down. Fine. Just to bring a breach in as well. Misery came over in towards the mid lane. And the vision's out. This is back. I mean, this is one thing, certainly. We saw him drop a tornado down bottom, but it feels like in these first 4 minutes, it's been quite hard for Misery to do too much across the map against Secret's lineup.
As it makes sense like that, though, right? Because you look at even their heroes, and he's like, what can the Doom rotate for?
Yeah.
So he has to rotate for, like, the Bat Rider, because if he could have rotated for Wind Ranger, let's say, if the Wind Ranger is in a 1v1 matchup and he's able to harass at the start, but the fact that YapzOr started there, it put Weehaw at a bit of a disadvantage, so he can't make those easy rotations. Because it's also the matchup with the 4. Doom versus Clockwork, Doom early on can't stand toe-to-toe with the clock.
No, absolutely not. You just got to be careful about being caught out by YapzOr, and we're talking about the two of them, YapzOr.
Prowl.
Potentially block Misery off from retreat, but no eyes on him at the moment. They've got a ward on the river, not a ward in their own jungle, so they're not aware of Misery's presence.
Sox has been trying to interfere with KheZu's chain pulling up there, but now the right rotation from YapzOr. Oh, Soxa.
Yeah, they're looking to punish him now for that play, for that movement. And with KheZu and YapzOr surrounding Soxa, and it's going to be your first blood going to Secret. YapzOr quick with the TPs, knows where he needs to be. And indeed helps out the Shaker KheZu in a situation where he was starting to struggle levels because of, you know, this Shadow Shaman just playing as ballsy as he has been.
Yeah, great TP though. YapzOr just noticing that. Yeah, KheZu probably called it bottom lane. We have a dive coming out actually on the MP. He's got a lot of sticky.
He's got one more shield, but it's not going to be enough. They surround him, take him down, and the two of them, Moon and Misery, securing the kill on Secret safe lane.
Without Infernal Blade as well, or without Flame Break. So they actually just chased him down. It must have been like a very early start, and they just were able to walk him all the way back to the tower. Firefly. Again, Soxa might be in trouble.
The same mistake. YapzOr and KheZu there, ready and waiting for him. Second death for the Shaman, and YapzOr 2 kills on the board for the Clockwork.
Very nice movements. Securing KheZu some levels, and getting those early kills on Clockwork is very important to get that early earn up that I know that YapzOr loves to get as fast as possible. And now mid again, now Weehaw.
YapzOr just walks in.
Battery Assault is still on cooldown though. But Weehaw, he's walking
They
toward
can
the
body
shrine.
block him for a couple of seconds. They may have a chance here. Indeed, he is going to get the point to pop the shrine, but it's not enough. The damage coming out from the two of them is too much. And YapzOr now on a killing spree. 6 minutes in, I feel like I've seen the story before, Fogged.
Me too. It ain't a Rubik, but Clockwork with a 6-minute earn. That's going to be pretty good for them to hit him to move around and kill pretty much everybody except for the anti-mage. That's the one thing. Killing the anti-mage is still the big issue.
I mean, yeah, looking at the CS at the moment, as we can see, 38 on Rezo, so pretty much uncontested farm on that safe lane. But the same thing certainly could be said for the 2 cores of Secret, both mid 1 and MP. In a very good position. Mid 1, this mid lane setup has absolutely worked out for the Terrorblade.
Bottom lane, they force the shield from MP, and Misery walks in, and Sox able to get in range to get the shackle. Looks like he is.
There's going to be a TP rotation coming in from Yap, but it's not going to be soon enough. It may be soon enough to get a kill in return. We'll see if Moon can get himself out. Fireflies his way over the cogs. Looks like it will be enough. So Odd, again, getting away with this kill on the safe lane of Baden and getting everyone out back to safety.
Rotation from Soxa. Good patience from Planet Odd as well. They started stacking the stickies, and Soxa and Misery were just like, all right, wait for him to throw the shield out. As soon as he threw the shield, they instantly ran in on him. So it's just like perfect timing and perfect coordination of the gang.
We are getting a bit more space in the mid lane. We saw him really suffer at the start with the presence of both YapzOr and Mid1 there, but now he's 38 CS. He's playing the recovery game in this mid lane, and it's really working out. With the movements from YapzOr obviously going top, trying to help out bottom as well, mid lane's kind of been left to catch up.
All right, Mask of Madness acquired on Terrorblades. Let's see the flash farming happen. Let's see how well it works out. They're giving the mid lane to the Visage and trying to maximize as best as possible. I'm curious to see how well it actually does work, because it is like one of the best farming items in the game. Pretty good.
Is there anywhere that... Well, we'll see another go again onto Weeha. The body block's coming out already from Mid1. The win run, too strong. Weeha's got the speed, heads up to the high ground, and he'll be fine. A little tricky to catch. And as you mentioned earlier, not only really the anti-mage that's going to be hard for them to lock down, this Wind Ranger as well. As you say, with lack of stuns, Odd can certainly play their way around Secret's heroes.
I still have to, you know, the thing is that like the point that Slack's made, I really hate to give Slack any credit, but it is a Wind Ranger. That hero, okay. Once you start, if you get online, that's the thing. If you get your Aghanims, if you get your second and third item afterwards, your damage is actually absurd. But you have to get to that point. It just takes so long. But they are playing with an anti-mage, so it could definitely happen. And they have good ways to catch and split push the map. So Batrider can split push waves while Shadow Shaman pushes another side of the map, and they can just split the map up a lot on Planet Odd. While Secret is looking more of a straightforward kind of like group up. They have sustain with the Baton and the Terrorblade pushing towers, sitting, with the Baton sitting behind, so we'll see which approach would be more favorable.
No, because as you said, it is interesting that they have opted to not put too much effort on trying to slow down Resolution. Even the Mask Man is just looking to farm at their own map as efficiently as possible. That's good, he's golden.
KheZu just trying to continue denying farm from Rezo. He's just chain pulling the top wave.
Bottom lane again, looking for MP this time. He has got the ultimate. He'll turn around, trade a few hits with Misery. But Odd themselves really putting pressure onto their Baton. And as we can see, the difference between him and AM really starting to come out in net worth. 1,500 in between them. And once Rezo has that Battle Fury, which he's on par to get a good timing on, it's going to be very hard for MP to keep up with this farm game, if at all. He is going to fall massively behind a free farming anti-mage.
Yeah, maybe that's the mentality behind the Mask of Madness as well on the Terrorblade. He's like, all right, we're running with a safe lane of Baton, so I have to be this super core. I have to be the super farm guy to match up with this anti-mage. And I like Planet approach in this game too. What they're doing is, you know, they're full maximizing, Moon's jungling, and then it's Misery and Saksa parked in the bottom lane. They're just like, we're not even gonna pay attention to Weeha or Rezo right now in this game because their timing windows are much later. They need a lot of items to do stuff, so we'll just try to pressure their enemy safe lane.
We're going to see down bottom a bit of a go being made. YapzOr trying to close the gap with Saksa with good Hex. Holds back the clockwork, make sure he can't get in range. Even if he can, Misery, of course, very tanky at the moment. This Doom walking around with 1,000 HP. And a good amount of regen thanks to the aura that he's got from the Satellite Tormentor and also from that Scorched Earth. 2 points in the moment. Mid lane, Weeha putting some pressure on, doing a good job of getting this tier 1 down very low. And in this middle lane where you had a kind of a Terrorblade versus the Weeha Wind Ranger, it's a little surprising that we're seeing the Wind Ranger actually get more done in terms of pushing.
That's what'll happen though when you do leave the lane, right? You go to lane, you're jungling, you're giving it to a Visage. Visage can't really stand toe-to-toe versus those nukes. Nukes will be so low level. And the wave just gets constantly forced in, and Weeha's been doing a great job of just using that focus fire on the tower. 140 HP, it's going to get into the Nai range. Second catapult wave coming around. I mean,
Mid1 has to be careful. He keeps coming forward on very low life with this Mask of Madness. Hookshot's actually going to miss there from YapzOr. Very uncharacteristic misplay from him, but it looks like they may still get the kill as he comes in with the cogs, has the trap. KheZu's there as well, throwing in the fish out. It does take 4 at them, but they do get the kill.
Dominating for YapzOr. Gets his first earned charges. Hook misses the hook, but good Visage stuns coming out from Puppey himself.
Oh, in fact, Moon needs to make a play here with the lasso. Drags KheZu up to the cliff there. He's not got back up in terms of looking for a kill, and KheZu's quick with the TP, so the clipping won't be effective for too long at all. Moon is being looked upon by Puppey. Resolution's also in the neighborhood though. Puppey do anything here. Has put Familiars out, of course. Looks for the deny. Isn't going to get it. Rezo gets the tower. In fact, Moon jumps forward aggressively with the blink dagger, but Puppey just turns with the Grave Chill and the Familiars. Moon, he's overstepped the mark. Surely the stick charges come out, and Moon looks to just survive, but no, YapzOr's there with the earn charge, with the rocket, and will secure the kill. Bottom lane, Saksa came in, dropped the wards. Getting a little too close though. MP was able to find the kill. Misery diving the tower, seeing if he could hold him back on the retreat. Not going to be the case, but at the least Odd do have the wards in good position to have an attempt at taking this tier 1.
They're pressuring all 3 tier 1 towers already on Planet Odd. This is like a great start for them. They have Blink Dagger on Moon at like 10 minutes in since he was farming jungle. Like everybody's looking pretty good position right now for them. Bottom tower is going to drop to these Shadow Shaman wards. Mid tower, like we mentioned, was 1 free HP. Rezo was pushing top, very dead.
Yap, try for the deny there.
That's pretty substantial. This opens up a lot of the map to them and a lot of access points into Secret's jungle. Because now even the mid tower, mid tower is dead. The whole Secret jungle is going to be exposed now to rotation.
I think Odd are going to be very happy with the way they've started this game. The mid lane, the tower will be denied by mid one. But as you say, they've got this control across the map. Resolution, I believe, has pretty much got that Battle Fury, so a very, very quick timing on this AM. And that's on top of the treads as well. So yeah. 30-minute treads, Battle Fury. He's good to go. Yeah, and they left him, you know, like we were talking about, they ditched him. They were like, we're going to the enemy safe lane after like the first 2 levels or so. He's almost level 12 on anti as well, so he's in a very good spot right now. Odd looking to do exactly what we were talking about. Invade the enemy jungle. They take those 2 tier 1s to get the access points. And bringing Rezo in as well to get himself involved in this killer 10. There comes the lasso after the ult's been popped. Secret are trying to bring it back up. Nice Fisher from KheZu. Keep him alive. So shot from YapzOr, catches down Saxon on the sidelines, easy kills. Weeha has come across, does have a double damage rune. In fact, Saxon gets the Hex out time on YapzOr. KheZu dropping the Echo Slam is not quite enough, and it's in fact the damage coming out from Planet Odd that's too much. Weeha just doing well with the double damage rune, gets the double kill, and Planet Odd take 4, only losing Saxa, and in Secret's jungle as well. Ooh. The surge of gold that they have from killing those early tier 1s, everybody just has like a little bit more than what Secret maybe have expected, like a drum on the Doom, and like we mentioned, the Batrider having such an Earth Dagger, and then this DD on the Wind Ranger coming in. But this is one of the things that happens. You lose your early tier 1s, and it gives the enemy team just that type of natural aggression that they can do. They're just like, okay, we're gonna smoke and run into the enemy jungle with like 4 heroes or 3 or 4 heroes, and then put some wards down, get some vision there. Exactly what they did, and they found a perfect target to go for. It looked a bit scrappy for a moment, but they ended up able to peel the fight and make it last longer for Wikiha to get involved. Mid one, meanwhile, off the back of that failed fight, does head up straight to the top lane, takes the tier 1. Gold in his pocket. Oh, very, very close to being on par with the AM. But it'll be interesting to see how this continues. Who can farm and get more out of the map faster? This Terrorblade with this Mask of Madness, or the AM with the Battle Fury? And I've got to say, in a game that's going at this sort of pace, you would expect the AM to get ahead, don't you? Yeah, and also because the AM can actually kind of join fights, because like you mentioned, there's not really a crazy amount of lockdown aside from Secret. Well, Terrorblade is a hero that he needs his item timings, and he went for this heavy farming build, so he's gonna take a long time. He's a 900 HP hero. He's got Mask of Madness Yasha. He runs into this heavy magic damage burst lineup on Odd. He is definitely in trouble, and he's got bots queued up, so they're not really looking to fight. It seems like they need that Blink Dagger for Shaker in order to really take those kind of engagements, but MP being shut down so heavily in that safe lane is really hurting them. We are with the Maelstrom complete now as well. It's got very good timing. Wow. Yeah, he's going to be hitting pretty hard. And Maelstrom, of course, again, you're talking about Magic Burst, absolutely brilliant against the Terrorblade. If this Terrorblade gets shackled, a couple of procs from the Maelstrom, and he's going to be gone mid one. 3. Valet on the Doom at the moment, has those drones complete. Down, it has got the Doom back up in 10 seconds. At the same time, though, YapzOr guarding Puppey from the 3 line, has hook shot. To get vision, they may look to go. KheZu now has got that dagger complete on the Shaker. And across with the Firefly, starting to play around a little bit. It's just himself and Misery. So be careful about how they go about this, especially with MP turning. So 4 Secret down here. The time though, Planet Odd getting a little bit more out of the map. Yeah, they're maximizing really well. Like this was a kind of like lull period where the lanes were kind of pushing in on them. They didn't have the greatest information on the map, so they literally like full resource. It was like Moon jungling right side, Resolution jungling left side, Toxa takes top lane, and Misery goes bottom while Weeha's mid. It's literally all resources of the map being used. Out. Yep. Oh, yeah. Nice one. Yeah, absolutely bang on there as he closes the gap onto Misery. He's stuck in the cogs. Secrets surround him. Bring down the Doom. Again, though, as we're saying, in terms of efficiency, it takes a lot of Secret's resources. Yeah. As you mentioned, Planet Odd, everywhere else across the map. Resolution, taking that what he can from Secret's own half of the map in terms of neutrals, pushing in the top lane. Level 14, nearly level 15 at 16 minutes. It's an incredible amount of XP that this guy's gaining. This is, you know, in terms of levels, he's in a brilliant place. Yeah, he's been alone for the most part. He joined, of course, in that bottom engagement, got 3 assists, but other than that, there's been nobody around him. No one sapping his experience. Right down bottom. With the lasso, instantly the ult comes out to purge it. do drop the Doom down to follow through, and they may just get the kill out of this with the 2, especially with Weehart coming in. They'll certainly get this one. So again, as we're seeing there, very, very nicely done. You know, the lasso, not really too much of an issue for the Abaddon, but the fact that he's then forced to ult leaves him very vulnerable for a Doom to follow up.
Yeah. This is scary for Secret. They don't really have heroes that can push waves out fast. Like, they really only have, like, not even like a, you know, he doesn't nuke the waves to push it out. He has to stay there for a minute and lose later.
This Weehart is just going in for the solo action, at least tries for it.
Crazy.
Be forced away. He comes in from mid one as well, just to make sure that Weehart doesn't hang around. But as we're seeing, Secret very much having to just react to the movements and plays from Odd. Saxon drops the walls down bottom.
Maybe not the best. Not really that.
It looks a little. They're not all in range, are they?
Yeah, no, they're not. Only 2 or 3 of them are actually in range. Either way, he was trying to just push. You can see the approach that Clement trying to do. Forcing waves in constantly. Actually, bottom lane Misery gets caught out by YapzOr. Good hook shot again. Yeah,
Yap doing his best to make sure the team continues to find just whatever they can in terms of Planet Odd's heroes going out solo. He is 7-1-1 at the moment on the clock. Very outstanding performance from YapzOr.
Yeah, he's finding a lot of great opportunities. Planet Odd, though, continuing to do the same kind of thing. Push lanes out as far as possible, wait for Secret to show on the map, go for those kind of pickups and the Bat Rider. Keep making space for Anti-Mage. Looks like a pretty good recipe for success.
'Tis mine.
Looking for the Lotus or pickup next. Just obviously trying to make things a little harder for especially mid one on the Terrorblade in these fights. May look to get that Sunder off. Lotus Orb's going to make it a little trickier for him to deal with Rezo. On the Anti-Mage, he's going to be pretty damn good. Interesting, so what's the build down mid one's going for on this Terrorblade? He picked up a Perseverance, he has a Yasha, and now he's got a boost of trap, so casual Perseverance on this Terrorblade.
He wants a Lincoln's later for Lasso, Doom, and Shackle, but there's a lot of things to break it. I mean, there's a lot of different single targeted spells, but I think that's probably what he wants. I think he can the moment bottom lane actually though.
Yeah, coming in with Lasso, Familiar's trying to save Puppey. Hex comes out quickly from Saxon to make sure that there's going to be no immediate backup from MP, and that's going to allow Odd to get themselves not only 1 kills, but by the looks of it, a potential second. MP has the ultimate, but there's the Shackle to follow it through afterwards. And Puppey's trying to use the Familiars to hold them back, but it's not enough. Misery gets the double kill. And I got it, Planet Odd are playing really nicely around this Abaddon. We saw from Saxa holding back the Abaddon to make sure there's no save, to then following through and getting the kills. It's beautiful. Moon, though, will walk into Secret. The 3 of them surrounding him and tries to force himself out, but it won't get him back to safety. Secret get themselves a return kill. So if they can get anything more out of this, YapzOr still has the hookshot. KheZu comes in with the Echo, but it's only onto 1. Now the Doom's been dropped onto the Shaker, and Secret, they've got to run out of here. Weehar's got a double damage, chases down YapzOr on the clock, but gets himself the kill. This Doom on KheZu keeping him right out of the fight. The power shot will connect, but it isn't going to be quite enough damage. But at the least, again, Planet Odd getting the favorable trades, and this is without resolution. He remains up top. They'll look for the Shackle. Weehart still has the double damage, but the latch won't be there.
Yep, they're forcing pressure on the opposite side of the map, and Rezo is just like, well, this game of my life. He's going to absolutely free farm on Anti-Mage, and he is looking pretty damn scary. Already man to Battle Fury. Minutes, level 19. He's keeping up with the minute mark.
I mean, that's level 19 at 20 minutes. That is absolutely insane on this Anti-Mage.
I'm really starting to be extremely worried for Secret how they're going to be able to deal with that, because you know they have that farming build that you were talking about as well on Terrorblade, and he does finish up the Lincoln.
Okay. He's got the Lincoln stuff.
Okay. Anti-Mage is still very tough to kill. He's going to try to force the Roche with the sustain and with the metamorphosis. Should be able to die with the sword quickly.
Let's see if they can do anything to stop this. They know it's going on. Power shot comes through from Weehart. But yeah, the speed the Secret are taking this, it looks unlikely that Odd are going to be able to contest it. So, Anti Secret getting the play that they need there. Grab themselves the Aegis onto mid one. See if they can start to look themselves at taking some more objectives on the side of the map. There's still a tier 1 down on the bottom lane for Planet Odd.
I think still Planet Odds. I think they still are going to stick by the same mentality that they've been playing. Just force those lanes out as much as possible. Anti-Mage push as well, and make Secret split up. Don't let them do that group up potential with the Abaddon Terrorblade. I mean, they don't have meta right now too, so Planet Odd has a little bit.
And there's going to be this point as well when Rezo comes back to the fights that we've already said how hard he is to kill, but it's going to be even harder with the fact that Misery's nearly got a Solar Crest to buff up the Anti-Mage. As we've seen, Moon still looking towards that Lotus Orb. There's just going to be so many ways that they can keep Rezo alive, and he can go absolutely ham in these fights.
Yeah, and I mean, once he gets a Abyssal Blade, that's when he's looking to actually get involved in fights. He's still just pure farming, sending mantas down the waves, pushing waves out. See, we hop park top, nuke the wave top, other three park bottom. Hook shot from YapzOr, pretty alone right now though.
Yeah, indeed, making the connection, but instantly has to decide against going in for anything more. 3 members of Odd in the neighborhood. Not interested at all in sticking around there. And it really feels like 22 minutes in, this safe lane at a Baden pick, he just hasn't really done anything for Secret.
No, definitely not.
And he's falling behind, as expected, you know, in this sort of a farm game with, you know, Terror Blades, anti-mages on the board. Now, MP only 6.3k net worth, and I really don't see how he catches back up at all.
It's all about just fights. That's the way he would be able to catch up, but that's not Planet Odd's game plan. They don't need to take team fights. They just need to stall out this Aegis, and then once the anti-mage is fully online, they're good to go. Fully stacked anti-mage with a Doom on your team. Doom versus, like, we could call it a single Tor Terrorblade. It seems pretty lovely to me.
It's a lot of weight on midpoint strategy. Now, I feel as well, a lot of it going to be down to, you know, Secret utilizing the stuns that they do have to the maximum potential. Puppey looking for the Aghanim's. Once he does have that online, and along with the Earthshaker, they have a lot of AoE stuns. They've got a lot of ways that they can hold back Planet Odd, make sure that Saxa can't come in with the clutch hexes, Weeha can't get the shackles out. But it's going to require some very tip-top gameplay from Secret. If they were a team to bring it, they certainly can. But definitely on the back foot so far this game. 23 minutes in, 6k gold lead for Planet Odd, and Resolution continuing to spiral massively out of control on the anti-mage.
Close to that Abyssal. He's gonna have the Bastion picked up. He can sell his 4-man shield, and yeah, he's almost got the Abyssal. Needs like 1,000 something.
Flame, Secret, moving as a unit, look to take the tier 2, and looks like there'll be no reaction from Planet Odd. They themselves focused on finding the trade down bottom. As they push on. One will find this tower, and BKB now picked up for Weeha. So it's going to be very easy for him to really just head in, lock onto a target, and there really isn't a lot that the Secret can do to stop him. I mean, they have a hook shot, but that's pretty much about it in terms of disabling through the man community. Top lane, though, Secret, they are powering forward. Odd are going to have to do something to stop this. They come up to the high ground, mid one, using the last of that Metamorphosis, along with the Mask of Madness, to bring down that tier 3 to half health.
Really trying to get the most out of the Aegis. That was actually, like, he popped the meta right after they took down the tier 2, so he really wanted to just force reaction back. Now, Planet Odd smoked up, looking to try to catch somebody on the retreat.
See if they can get this. This could be a very successful sneaky play for them. YapzOr drops down the Battery Assault, drops down the cogs, looking for the shackle, isn't going to connect. Rezo will jump forward for the Battery Assault, making it hard for Rezo to really lay in to this clockwork. Up top, Moon comes in with the lasso, will hold back KheZu. There'll be a successful TP out from MP, but no escape for the Shaker. It's Planet Odd with that smoke play, able to punish a little bit of Secret on their way out.
What we got left on this Aegis? No, yeah.
Link on it. Very interesting build here from the Abaddon. I mean, this, of course, it's very nice on the Abaddon. A lot of cases where you are kind of guaranteed to blink out with the borrowed time with the Aphotic Shield, where you're not taking any damage.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really do much in terms of, I don't know, offering much to the fight in terms of aggressive potential. I guess the position is nice for the saves, as you can get a little further back.
Yep.
Because as we see, he needs to stay as far away as he can from Saxa.
I think you hit it right there on the head, though.
That is for the save.
It's not only he can survive with it blinking out after his ulti or after like the shield if he's not damaged, but it's Batrider gets a lasso off, you blink and remove it off your Terror Blade or whatever, something along the lines. Remove one of those disables when you're without having to worry about your position.
This is definitely sort of scaling up to be a game where it's you're kind of putting all your eggs into one core, the Terror Blade or the Anti-Mage, but to give Odd a bit of an edge, the Wind Range is definitely going to have more potency than the Baden core. Yeah. In terms of aggressive potential, but I guess defensive-wise, as we're saying, there is that save that Secret have that Odd maybe lack a little bit. Top lane.
Do you have the 4-staff yet? He does not. He only has the drum, so he shouldn't probably be used to this.
Doesn't have the money quite there for the rest of the YapzOr will find the kill. Resolution's going to be there to punish though. Quick with the blink in, drops the mana void. YapzOr falling down low, but all that familiar play from Puppey comes in with the stuns, holds Rezo back. Fisher's a little too late though. Won't quite be enough to set forward for any further lockdown as Rezo will escape. That nice save from Puppey.
That could have been scary actually there if he got hit by the Fissure.
I was going to say, look, he was low on mana as well.
The reflection illusion from Terrorblade actually burned all his mana down, so he wouldn't have blink mana. That could have actually been a long chase down, but they could have brought him down. He wasn't out.
Butterfly next to the menu for Resolution, and Understandably so. No, pretty much no chance we're going to be seeing an MKB anytime soon on Secret.
Yeah, it looks like mid one's actually queued up for it as next item.
Oh, he is going to... Oh, okay. Wow, I eat my own words.
Let's see if he's gonna do it. Yeah, he bites team now.
I'm just not used to the Mask of Madness, Lincoln's KheZu Yazied MKB terrible. I like it though. He's certainly adapting to the situation.
He's trying to match the farm.
Yeah.
So it's if it works for him in that. I don't know if KheZu will continue with the butterfly. He's probably gonna as soon as he sees mid one, maybe he'll try to think of a different approach. But it's a pretty standard build anyway, so.
I mean, I guess the butterfly's also kind of nice against those reflection illusions.
Yeah.
So you lose a little less mana.
Flutter's always nice to do for later on.
Yeah, true. Just to see if he sticks to that. Patient. Big eye though for the Visage. Puppey, 27 minutes in, he's got the Agonics.
Weehaw just turns. YapzOr hooks him up. Forced up on Wee, but we pop BK.
Sansa. TP out. Just know where to cancel it.
The Doom is the big X factor in this game.
Okay.
Because
who are you looking to Doom in these buys,
you can Doom either Terrorblade or a Bat.
Yeah, they're the two that you best.
The Batten can't shield anybody if he can't get his ult. If he can't get the ult properly off in a good manner, it's gonna mess up everything for their fight.
Yeah, coming a little too far into enemy territory here as Moon helps him, drags him back even deeper. Tries the 4-star down to low ground, does have the blade mail. That will keep Weehar off from focusing him down. Fisher comes out, onto Misery, and looks to try and get him here. Lotus Orb has been dropped down onto Misery, but a lot of this damage coming out from the minions. The nuke as well, but it's bounced back. Misery will survive just for now. Mid-1 continues to try and chase him down, but the flame breaks there from Moon. Bounces Mid-1 away and will allow the safe escape there. Off the Doom, KheZu coming in with the Echo, looking to lock down Resolution, but forced up to the high ground. Oh, he's able to blink out Saxa with a beautiful play that isn't enough to save him entirely. Another blink, and Rezo only living there because Saxa got in with that 4-star, and Saxa himself, he survives as well. Beautiful play from the Shaman. What a support play.
He like just got that picked up too. He like pops his drum, he's like, Rezo, I got you. Rezo would have for sure died, but damn, Saxa proving it.
And he literally walks into the hands of, see, look at him, look at the Shaman, he just ignores the Terrorblade, he's like, whatever, I came in, I shoved you out to the side, buys him some time after the fish is done. Rezo on the escape.
It's pretty scary how much the Visage Birds can do now. He's got the Agonics finished up with the Solar Crest, there's so much burst coming out from him.
Nice efficiency, little cute plays as well from Rezo, making sure he had the strength treads out. As if he didn't, he would have been gone. Now the player jumps onto YapzOr, but he's out of mana. He's not going to take too much damage initially. Oh, with the mana void though, that certainly will capitalize on the fact that he has no mana. And YapzOr's taken down. Kill there for Resolution.
Good chunk of XP and gold for Rezo too. He's going to be level 25 soon. Level 25, and yeah, he did switch the item build up. So he saw the Terrorblade with the image, he's going to go for the IS Scotty build. Give him more mana to work with as well, and just overall just good stats. Mana's gonna be pretty nice though. Have to deal with that mana burn coming.
Ain't Moon, Saxa, the Hun flying up.
Middle tower is under attack.
B indeed is complete. I mean, even though there's no butterfly in the game, the fact that there is a solar crest running around.
And Clement.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And to be 15 evasion. Yeah.
So still, the MKB is. He's not going to feel too done by the fact that there's no butterfly in the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a good item pickup anyway versus anti-mages. You'll assume he wants to go, but
true.
Those, yeah, Solar Crest, etc. Still good pickup.
Next up on mid-line will be the Hurricane Pike by the looks of it. Bit of stats. Survivability as well. As we've seen, actually, a lot of big 4-star plays coming out this game.
It really has been. That whole entire bottom sequence was just like YapzOr getting forced and being ponged around and Planet Odd forcing Rezo around all over. So I was talking about the X factor of the Doom a bit, but you know, I wasn't really considering too much about the X factor of the Visage. This hero actually can do an incredibly high amount of damage and get to a point where you are pretty much a core.
Yeah.
You get that AC finished up, your damage is absurd. Rezo blinks in.
Get his way out of here. We'll drop the Invisible Blade onto YapzOr, make sure there's no follow-through lockdown. We'll get the blink away, Saxa being gone upon. And will be taken down. Moon actually very lucky there to get the blink out just in time, as he could have been caught out as well by Secret. Just fine. The Shaman, Misery, putting a bit of pressure up on the top lane. One. Rest of Secret keeping strong in the middle. They may try and do something about this tier 2 as they head on forward. 30 seconds without a Shaman. They know they're a man down on Planet Odd, and Secret have the edge. Go in, pull that tier 2 tower, a lot of gold being built up once again on mid-1. He's got 2.8k in the bag. So keeping up very well. I mean, the fact that he's only 2k behind the anti-mage is not bad at all on this Terrorblade. Top lane.
So catching Misery.
Yeah, well, with the damage coming this Terrorblade. No escape for the Doom.
Midwin's gonna have to start replacing items pretty early. At least the Aquila.
Yeah.
I mean, that one's not that big of a deal, but still, it's gold loss. 9 point he lost from that. He's gonna be switching to that Hurricane Pike, it looks like. Mid lane, KheZu. Rezo just brings him down with no problem.
Radiant's
Abyssal.
bottom tower
Not even the
is
Abyssal, he
under
got the first hit match.
He's pretty much got the money as well for his Skadi.
Top Weehaw getting soloed by Puppey, potentially?
Oh, we'll see here. The Shackle
Forces the VTP.
does hold him back. But yeah, indeed, he has to be KBTP. He's absolutely terrified from this visit. And as you say, the damage that comes out from these familiars, to laugh about.
And the 50 damage talent, too. Yeah, it's just no joke, those right clicks that come out from... Now Planet Odd make their way into the Roche pit. Secondary Roche, so cheeses up. That's going to be pretty massive for Rezo. He's level 25 as well. He takes the talent.
Should be no contest here. From the side of Secret, I believe Metamorph is still on cooldown. Likely didn't do anything about the fight around the pit. And Odd pick it up. Resolution grabs the Aegis.
So up an Ice Ogre. We got that bonus honor from the Ice already with the Solar Crest and damage coming up. Flame. What a bottle. One maybe bottle. He has a bottle with DD and running it by saving that one for the next fight.
I mean, that could be absolutely insane in the fight. Yeah, Metamorphosis is indeed Terrorblade. Like, it doesn't matter who you are or how much armor you have. If you get caught out by 1 or 2 stuns, he is going to have the damage to bring you.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be. Once he pops that DD in meta, he's gonna be hitting for like 600. You get, you know, base damage in part of the meta, so you get.
There we go. There's the initial familiar stuns, and look at it go with the Fissure as well. Is it enough chain lockdown? They got the knockback from the cogs, but it's not quite enough. Will manage to get Anti-Mage out of there. YapzOr comes in with a nice hook shot, looking to block off Saxa. Saxa will be left behind by the rest of the team, so the Shaman to pay of his life. Catch anything else out of this. KheZu jumps forward and goes, by the looks of it, no, not quite get the Fissure block. Misery still able to continue walking on back to his own half the background. Resolution comes back in with the Mana Void on KheZu, bringing both himself and the Ivan down low. The ult comes out. Moon on the backline, so comes in with the lasso, grabs YapzOr, drags him at the high ground, and Resolution just mans up onto MP. MP out of mana, taken down, double kill for Resolution. He's not done yet, looks towards YapzOr. YapzOr's got the flame out, but Resolution doesn't give a damn. Follows through, gets the triple kill with the Anti-Mage, and Planet Odd punishing Secret so damn hard, and they're not done yet. Resolution jumps forward with Puppey, but the familiar stuns coming out again. He's being held back, and oh, he's overstepped the mark. Does have the Aegis though. Be back for round 2. Misery won't though. Mid one brings him down. Resolution blinks away, not wanting to mess around with those familiars.
Dire's middle tower is
As we've seen there, has to really respect the lockdown that they can offer.
All
Go back in on this. He's got the Abyssal Blade and the Manta. He's going to try for it though, see if he can hit the Bastion, and look at that, yes he can, mid one out of mana, Resolution just absolutely manhandling him. He will get the Sunder out on the illusion, but the Bastions continue to go, and there's the backup. Fissure comes in, the familiar stuns as well. Resolution in a lot of trouble here, the Echo Slam being dropped. Is it enough chain lock? That is not, because Rezo jumps in forward, the backup's there. Saxa and Moon turning up the fight, enabling Rezo. Again, the stuns, Rezo, he doesn't care, he drops the Abyssal down. Mana Void comes out, he's burnt in mid one, KheZu to fall as well. MP and Puppey trying to man up, but the Lone Storm from Moon, throwing down on Rezo, keeping him alive. Oh he jumps forward, MP's got no ult, he's down as well. And Planet Odd going absolutely ham, and Resolution, no fear at all, just jumps in time after time, and the team making sure that he can do so safely. Oh, he's not even done yet. YapzOr in trouble. Rezo comes in, first hit bash. He's got the blade mail. He may even be able to bring down Moon in return. Rezo jumping back forward.
Nice flame break.
YapzOr down to the low ground, and they're gonna find the clock as well. More blood spilt for Rezo. 8-0-5 on this Anti-Mage.
Oh my god, that was like, how long was that? That was like 2 minutes of Rezo just chasing people and getting consecutive kills. Thank god he has that Aegis. Now he's got pretty much a whole item being delivered after that entire situation that goes down. And now they're gonna be able to claim a Rax off of it. Are you kidding?
Oh my goodness. MKB out, 2K gone on top of it as well.
This last pick Anti-Mage, you know, we said we've seen it before. Moving to
What they can do about this, KheZu. And the Shadow Amulet in the bait doesn't Might have the Echo's hand jumping from Moon, but Resolution as well. Oh, KheZu trying to jump in, but Resolution quick with the Abyssal Blade, quick with the Mana Void, blows up the Shaker. We are trying to man up with the BKB, still has to respect the physical coming out from mid one, who will catch Moon in the sidelines. Moon trying to firefly his way back out of it, but it's not enough. The Masked Man is chased out from the TV, brings down the bat. But still, the melee racks fall on the bottom lane as Saxa gets the job done with his wards. Planet Odd have done the damage.
3 racks is down. And that melee rack's bottom. Lose Moon, but it costs them a buyback from Visage. And everybody else on the side of Planet Odd escapes, and they keep the cheese as well. And Rezo finishes up that full MKB.
Out from Planet Odd.
Yeah.
It's
this last big anti-mage. I mean, everybody else is definitely doing their job and everything, but that's the big power. That's what they're playing around, highlighting.
Oh. A fear in the world as well. He's just coming across his enemy territory. Not really much you can do about Puppey.
He's like, that's not who I wanted.
He can't go on that one. It's birds hanging around.
He's looking for KheZu in those engagements. Any type of smoke that he can just ease.
Money on himself as well. Back in the team. Invest in anyone. Maybe himself, does he just need to get an MKB as well because of that?
I think he can go if he wants to be like that full damage thing. If not, he can go for the blink and be more of that like utility because he's already got the wind run, which gives him the invisibility and all that too. So he'll be like super hard to kill. He actually goes for the force instead versus the clockwork. So it's kind of like same mechanism as the blink.
Yeah.
That's cool. Something else I also forgot to point out, this was like a while back, but you know, we're talking about the Terrorblade MKB, and I just like completely overlooked Windrun. I was like, oh yeah, got Windrun to do it too, duh. Not just the anti-mage. Yeah, I was like, I started thinking about it more, and I was like, wow, I'm actually, can't believe I didn't mention that one.
First game of the day, we're warming.
New heroes, we haven't seen Windrun in a while.
We're learning the items. Planet Odd with fantastic starts their appearance here. That last tail off, as we can see on the net worth, very painful for Secret.
That was probably like, what, that dip right there is probably where, right after the second Aegis pretty much, and then it's a consecutive...
Yeah, where just resolute...
Bloodbath.
Go.
Yeah. That's, I mean, the second rush, we talked about it so much when the change got implemented with the cheese getting dropped on it. It actually makes such a big difference. I mean, that time, sure, you didn't have to get to use it, but just having, you all have that confidence to kind of like make those type of aggressive plays when you have that.
Can get away with it. They have smoked up. Fine resolution, not really the target they want to go on straight away. So not too aware of the whereabouts of the rest of the side of bot. They're actually going to look back into him. They're going to look at the G stun, but again, the 4-star definitely the counter to the way that Secret want to play here. Just drag him out of range of the familiar drops, and Resolution's able to blink to safety.
And Weave claims the bottom racks.
He's nearly got an Octarine on this one.
That was meta committed as well, and I'm sure Planet Odd noticed that because it was committed and walked up. So now, after like the next 20 or 30 seconds, we might see them actually go for aggressive play maybe for that top lane. But still, they probably feel like they're in a very good position. All the past things that we've mentioned, you know, have anti-mage in this type of later game. Weehaw as well, scaling, and then a Doom, or they're probably feeling pretty good. But still, they can definitely force stuff once that meta's done.
Top Moon. Just down here, by mid one. Quite got the damage. Moon. Juke's actually going to be successful with that one. Nice little double back there from Moon. And that'll get him out to safety. Oh, I say that. He has Blink back in range.
Oh, he's taunting him. Playing with him.
Oh my goodness. He gets away with it, Moon.
A little scary there, Moon.
Sneaky, cheeky bat plays. Blade picks up on the way that they can look to try and catch out. Massive force bar resolution jumping in onto YapzOr. Does have backup from MP and mid-one. We are there with the shackle straight up, and in fact the focus fire bringing the clock down low, but Weehaw, he just has to get out of there as he begins to get manhandled by the damage that mid-one has. Fisher comes out, will catch out Saxa. As we're seeing, you've got to be careful how you poke and prod around this Terrorblade, as mid-one just offers so much damage.
Yeah, he's built like almost all damage items in a way. He has a Vlad's on the Abaddon, and he has like Solar Crest, so if you walk in and you start getting focused, that ain't fun.
And I like this as well, the fact that on the win range, Weehaw has taken the Invis down as he would.
Yeah.
Which isn't normally the the favourite to go for the power shot damage? Or is
We don't really see it.
you're right, we don't see a lot.
I think most people do, yeah, but I think
But this game definitely, it makes
especially
sense.
like in my head, if you're
Yeah,
a
the
core,
enemies.
when you're especially like a core, if you're playing like you're a mid win ranger, you have to be able to do like power shot. Later on, you're not going to be throwing power shots. I mean, you will, but it's not your main outsource of what Hero wants to be doing. So it makes sense to me that he goes win running for that split push and catch.
And we're seeing it massively helps against the two. The MK lead. One can be very scary for Week. We saw in that last bit, definitely that win run invisibility live.
Yeah.
Got out with B.
Yeah, they have the gem on Puppey, but Puppey outrange tiny bit.
We are can easily.
Another big items, yeah, like you said, the Octarine for Bat Rider, finished up now fully, and he gets an Arcane Rune too. So, pretty lovely for Moon.
And he's got the oh no, he's changed it. Reset to himself. He himself needing something to make sure he can keep himself alive after jumping in range of mid Aeroblade. Very unlikely to see any sort of secrets line up this game.
No way. Puppey's got AC finished up.
Oh, is he actually going to do it? I love it. We've got a 10k Terrorblade queuing up a Divine Rapier Fog. Does he need it? I feel like he doesn't need it, but I'm not going to complain if he picks it up.
I feel like he might think that's his only like winning way to win the game.
Yeah, but he does the damage already. Does he really need a Rapier on top of it?
Able to stand toe to toe and man fight with the anti-mage.
I mean, I guess that's the thing is, you're right, as we're seeing. When they do lock down the anti-mage, they only get him down to about half health, so maybe that is indeed the answer to this game for Secret. Just have an absolutely incredulous amount of damage output from this Terrorblade. Jump forward, move, looking for the initiation, will grab KheZu, drags him back into the clutches of Weeha. KheZu will be dropped. Misery in trouble, look, mid-one just turns, faces towards Misery, forces him back. Misery there was fed the cheese, keeps him alive. Comes out onto MP, but still had that all ready to go. Saxon the shackle. Jumps in, Puppey, drawn away from the Shaman. Weeha coming in again, gets a nice shackle onto two with the focus fire as well. Brings down MP. That's going to be MP down for a full minute. He does not have buyback, but mid-one turns. Looks towards Saxon, brought the Shaman down. Misery a little too far away for the Terrorblade to really get his hands upon him. Solution jumps back in as mid-one, and the rest of Secret head back up to the high ground. 2 men down.
Oh, such a nice shackle by Wee. And also Moon finding the perfect target, getting the Earth Shaker with his flip. And Lasso's back up already, because said he has Octarine. Here we go. Round 2.
Jumps in, grabs him, takes him right down and out of it all. YapzOr will be kept alive for a little bit by the familiar stunts from Puppey, holding back Moon. YapzOr hookshotting across, forcing Misery back with the cog flame. Now, with his own force, YapzOr keeps himself alive, despite being lassoed out of the base by Moon. 20 seconds until MP's back. They do have KheZu back in the game, has Echo Slam up.
Yeah, Odd should back up. They probably know that Roche is spawning soon. It's actually already up, so. I think. Crazy risk.
Look at mid-one here with his chase down potential, looking for some action onto Misery. Misery pops the Shiva's Guard, it's not enough to save him. Mid-one picks up yet another kill. Jump forward. That's sort of familiar. That was not the plan there from Moon. He grabbed the Stonebird and now he's in a bit of trouble himself. Still has the Firefly to get out. Weeha drops the shackle down. Again catching two. Takes down Puppey.
Oh, whoa. Getting better again. Oh, okay. He bought a refresher and refreshed his spells before. Rezo, though, right now on the split push game.
He's looking for the pressure. See if there's pushing them back. Shackle attempted by Saxon, but he immediately nopes out of there.
No, he stopped mid-one's TP back.
Oh!
So now Rezo's got the spot.
And Rezo's just getting picking up kills here. I mean, he's looking for MP. Mid-one, meanwhile, has managed to take down a second as he finds Saxon, but indeed, the base in shambles here for Secret. They've got a bit of change done there with the Fisher. KheZu coming in with the Echo Slam. It's not enough though. Rezo just goes back to hitting the building. MP jumping forward, but Rezo's done it. He cleans out the top racks here. As Secret up against the world now. Mid-one goes forward, starts to force back Planet Odd. As expected, this Resolution anti-mage is so slippery despite the way that Secret have built themselves for this stage of the game.
Yep.
And the damage really has been done. Mega creeps up and against Secret.
Concern that we had. Just like the catch for this anti-mage. Rezo, it's a last big anti-mage by Rezo. He's 630 last hits, 8-0 and 8. It's 46 minutes. He's doing so much for his team this game. But also just the support from his team. Like right there, Soxa gives his life away to just stop the TP from the Terrorblade earlier. Before the 4-step plays is just little small things from Planet Odd really enabling Rezo to do that. Stellar carried it.
Really nice stuff in this game. From we saw in the early, well, I'd say from the early game, he did start off with giving his life up twice, but certainly has redeemed himself with some fantastic plays. Shadow Shaman.
What's up? It looks like they're trying to go for off before they that rush.
Plain to see that rapier pick up. As indeed after getting pressure straight out, right, he doesn't have a bit of time to get back up there, but he's certainly doing a great job at it. 5k in the bank. Yeah. But as expected, no contest from Secret around the roach pit. They're in. Grab themselves the HTGs.
Way too hard for them to like force their lanes out to try to go for that. I mean, that approach is an absolutely impossible contestation, but just in general, throughout the majority of this game, it's keeping those lanes pushed out. They have the familiar, they have illusions and rockets and stuff like that, but they don't have like fast waves. It's really been hurting them. It's making them get picked off in places. Just Planet Odds just had a lot more information on the map than Secret. Not just from Maurice.
What's that you come out on MP? The second game after. So again, it's not pretty looking at the same lane about it.
No, definitely not. I mean, you look at his net worth. Below the Visage, before it, below Doom, fourth from the bottom. Definitely suffered really hard this game. 1 in each. They were making a lot of those rotations though, right? YapzOr was running around making the plays. Puppey was trying to get his levels and pull all that, and then they gave him the mid lane. So MP was left alone versus that Bat Rider and full lane. Yeah, so he did get punished by that one.
I mean, can Secret play their way out of this? A 24k gold deficit up against Mega Creeps. And an incredibly scary resolution. I mean, if they can, this is going to be absolutely insane.
I would be extremely impressed, but I think their chances are extremely minimal because they're playing versus a Doom and a Bat Rider who has a refresher. So he's got the double lasso. They have so many ways to catch heroes and ways to disable them to actually be able to fight properly. And then Planet Odd also has dual core that scales pretty damn well. Weeha is, I mean, he still has a lot of items he can get. He's getting his MKB next. He can finish up the Mjolnir. He can upgrade the Force Staff as well. He's still got potential to become a lot scarier.
Odd has certainly slowed down a little bit. We've seen Rezo now starting to indicate that he wants to come back in the team on this top lane. See if they jump forward lane round. Blink animation there, trying to keep Secret on their toes. Misery. Chase down by him. Get out close to commit. Lotus Orb just in time to send the shackle flying straight back, but there's the lasso. Grabs Puppey. He's got the first few familiars on the back. KheZu coming in with a 2-man Echo Slap. Wants his Weeha to back up. Misery does get the Doom out onto MP. Eats the cheese, but Mid-1 with the damage in the Metamorphosis chasing Misery down and out of the base. YapzOr gets himself back to safety up to the high ground. Resolution will follow. Jumps up, takes down the Clockwork. KheZu's there with the Enchant Totem, trying to lock down Rezo. Not enough for him, but Mid-1 down the mid lane did manage to take 2. Gets the Saxus Shaman, gets the Moon Bat Rider. 2 down. Planet Odd are sent back, and Secret will maintain their hold on their base.
Resources seem to be completely split in that one. We even see Moon right now. He's pinging where he died. He's pinging more to the left, and his team was more on the right. So I think maybe there was just like some miscommunication between them there, because there's like a engagement happening on the right while Rezo jumps left with Moon Meander. So maybe just not on the same page there for that engagement, but Secret benefits a bit from that. Catching Planet Odd off guard. Reacting to the fight.
See that courier heading out. Oh, it was just on PR. I was hoping he wanted where the Secret shot. He's nearly got 10k in his bank Mid-1.
Hey, might as well, right? Get rid of the mask, go for that, unless he wants to go for Satanic.
I mean,
really be survivable.
We are seeing the mask still do a lot at this stage of the game. It's really allowing him to close the gaps along with the Flutter. And having that self-sustain with the Leicester, it's not bad at all. That chase down. TV does need.
Gotta replace it. Gotta replace something though. Alright, he's queued up now, the Hurricane.
No rapier to that extra bit of, but I guess the question is, what does he swap out? Imagine the Master Man.
That would, yeah.
Still the item out for those.
Everything else is a big item. Get rid of them. They're all like 5k gold up, plus items.
Top again, Secret. Planet Odd. From really fully committing to a push.
Rezo buys a full BKB. He's had Moon Sharding for a while, so he's been at critical mass. Weeha did finish that MKB, although he wasn't 5-2.
Oh, is he doing it? Oh, he's doing it! He's picked up the rapier, Mid-1.
Nice.
No Hurricane Pike today, and now down bottom straight into the fight. Mid-one comes in. Misery ripped to pieces in a matter of milliseconds. Have it, the Divine Rapier, 10k Terrorblade. Can it be enough to bring Secret back from this game where they're 20k behind? Mega creeps up against them, 51 minutes in.
It's tough, really tough. Aegis is going to be getting reclaimed soon, about 30 seconds or so.
Fight the game. DreamLeague Land Finals, I mean it already is.
If he came back with a Rapier, like, are you kidding? That'd be so absurd versus Mega Creeps, first game. So now he switched the Manta out, and he is put the Hurricane Pike in. So he's got Manta, Mask of Madness, and Refresher inside of his backpack. Swap in and out.
YapzOr slowly trying to make his way towards the Aghanims on the clock. MP's MP, any Doctrine, no, still quite a way off on the Abaddon. I mean, I guess at this point it's quite hard to contest the way that Mid-one's pushing out the lane. Mid-one's taking so much.
He has to. He has
absolutely.
to farm as much as
it's
possible.
all on Mid-one's Terrorblade to carry them at this stage.
Like, Puppey's trying to push the lanes up, but yeah, Visage, he can maybe get a Maelstrom and try to go for that too. Like, Puppey's trying to just keep pushing it out, so it's not just Mid-one pushing stuff out. They don't get caught. He stays out here. Here we go. He's going.
The lasso's dead. Oh no, Mid-one getting taken down. The refresh there, and he's gone. He does not have buyback. The Rapier's on the deck. I think it did move. No, okay, they gave it to Rezo. Rezo's got the Rapier. And with no Terrorblade for 90 seconds, that may be the deal sealed. For Secret and Planet are come in. They'll drop down the Doom. KheZu coming in with a two-man Echo to hold back the two of them. Saxa will get taken down, but they've lost YapzOr, they've lost Puppey, they've lost KheZu. GG is called, and Planet on take game one against Team Secret.
Yeah, wow. Pretty damn well played by them. Overall, just they space made for Rezo really hard. They claimed those really early 3 tier 1s. I thought that was super important to their game plan. They got the early access into the enemy jungle. Rezo gets like a 12-minute Battle Fury, 12-minute level 12, 20-minute Battle Fury with treads. And after that, it's Planet on just kind of like dictating the pace. Secret does get that one Roche. They have that